Oh, you know what? This is what a lot of people are calling the movie, the sequel, the prequel that no one asked for.
Yeah.
Ouija. Y'all remember Ouija? Ouija? But that's when the first Ouija came out, or is it Ouija?
I go with Ouija. In the movie they said Ouija.
I've heard it Ouija.
I like Ouija. Sound like Wheezy. Ouija. And y'all remember the first Ouija came out in 2014, I think. It did well because, well, you know, it's one of those horror movies that a studio can crap out.
A Blumhouse thing.
A Blumhouse thing. They can crap this shit out and make money just because it just happens to be within a certain genre.
Blumhouse is a synonym for outhouse.
There you go. Because they produce some pure shit.
Yep.
Every now and then we get something great. Whiplash we got.
Yeah.
You know, that came from Blumhouse. And with this, though, people say, all right, man, you know what? Even the people who like Ouija, man, from 2014.
This is where Debbie died.
I don't think this is a good idea.
As friends we've gathered, hearts are true. Spirits near, we call to you. If you can hear us, Debbie, I miss you.
Calm down. It's an old house.
This is a joke. Come on, you guys. Who's doing that? Sarah, cut it out. I'm not pushing it.
Ooh, you know, the thing is, movie made a lot of money, but even the people that like the movie, they say, I'm looking for another one of these. You know, I'm moved on some other bullshit. You know, I didn't need this movie right here, but it's here. It exists. You know, if it's going to make money, they're going to try to create a franchise. And with this one, now, I will appreciate the fact that they did something a little different. They saw how The Conjuring took place. It's a spooky movie that takes place in the 70s?
60s and 70s.
60s and 70s. You know, you got two of them. Both of those were pretty good. So they say, you know, let's see if we can go back in time with these ghosts and demons and maybe get not only some money, but some critical love, too. And they took this back to, I believe, 1964, where we have a woman named Lena and her two daughters, Alice and Doris, and they are running pretty much a scam out of their home. You know, that whole the what do you call that? The
tarot cards.
The tarot cards and the conjuring of a dead relative. Medium. There you go.
Miss Cleo.
The poor Danielle waits her money.
Yeah, some shit that Danielle would be at every week.
Yep.
Oh my God, people!
You gotta believe it, Corey. You gotta do it.
It's really science if you really look at it. You know,
Mars is in retrograde.
Is life even real?
Y'all don't know what reality really is. But it's a scam and everybody knows it. But one day, older daughter Alice, she goes off and she finds herself a Ouija board. It's just a game. But mom says, you know what? I can actually use this. This'll up my game. Plus, we're behind on bills. I need to build up the theatrics right here. And they bring it in, and it looks like it's going to work like a charm. The problem is it works too well. It actually conjures up at least one spirit, and that one spirit is not happy to be brought back. And he says, I'm going to fuck up all y'all's lives right now. How dare you disturb me from my slumber? And what it is with this movie is that what I like about it is that if you could just look at the trailer, if you were to compare the first trailer from the first movie with this trailer right here, you would already see that it looks like the production value has gone up just a little bit more. I mean, so the first Ouija is a movie that's just produced and shot out. This movie looks, if I can just get a little pretentious here, crafted. You know, like that's real movie shit, right? Like a guy came in and cared.
Yeah.
You know,
somebody actually took effort to be like, all right, we got to place the camera here. You need to stand here. You need to read these lines this way.
Yes. Yes. And with you know, and that's not to say because you know, with this movie, it's not doing anything different from a lot of other horror movies. It's recycling a lot of things too. You know, it's just like those movies that just shit out there for the people to see. They can market to teens real well and make money. It's almost using some of the same storylines that we've seen over and over again in other films. But the deal with this is that, you know, it's something where they take a little more time with it and make you care about the characters, even though we've seen these characters over and over again. For example, when a demon or a ghost goes to possess a house, they look at the whole family. And they like, you, but who do they go for?
Too old, just right.
Yeah. Too old, got a dick, little girl right there. But demons are bullies, man.
Yeah.
And pedophiles.
And pedophiles.
Fucking creeps.
You know, demon won't fuck with you and me.
No,
I
we
mean,
good.
you know, we'll beat our own ass trying to get a demon out of us. Shit, the demon would leave. Shit, this nigga's crazy. Shit, you know?
Yeah.
His blood pressure, Jesus.
But they always pick on the little girl. If there's not a little girl, there's a little kid, and it's that itself has become a cliche. And they start the movie out no different in any other way from any other movie that does that. They do the same here.
Is there a presence here with us? What is your name?
Marcus. Who are you talking to, Doris?
Spirit, can you hear me?
Yes, we can. And we can see you.
That'll work.
Yeah, working so well, you got a demon pedophile and raping your child spiritually. You know what I'm saying?
Marcus.
Yeah.
It's a black ghost?
Yeah. Marcus. Yeah.
What you want, son? But no, man, I'm surprised you say it really didn't do nothing different, because I kind of dug how when the ghost first showed up, it was helping them. Like, it was like, oh, well, here's this. I was like, all right, a benevolent spirit. Then it was like, got you, bitch.
Yeah.
I ain't going nowhere, and I'm flipping the tables on you.
It was like that. The ghost was coming in. The ghost was giving them money.
Yeah. The ghost literally was like, here's a bag full of money I found. You're like, holy shit, this guy's cool.
Ghost was giving them money. The little girl getting picked on at the playground. See, that's the thing about a demon. That's how they get you, man. Before they come in and really start raising hell, they'll kind of get your trust, because you know they'll help you out. They'll get you back when you really need it. Girls getting picked on at school. The ghost is like, hey, you know what? No, don't worry about it. I got this bitch right here.
Hey, keep an eye out.
If any kid gives you that look, you fucked.
Yeah.
No, the audience I was with is at the Galaxy, and all I heard was "old child." Trying to look, old child.
Oh shit.
What are you doing? I'm not doing it. Stop it! Stop it, Jack!
Boy, I'm glad I did not see that, because he fucked that kid up.
Just the sound alone.
Just
was
the
you
sound.
hear that spike.
If y'all for those who are listening, this little kid was gonna hit this girl with a slingshot, and she turned around, and that demon turned that shit right on him. And you heard this. That kid's eyeballs are the back of his head right now.
He is fucked up all the way.
Yeah, you just turned into a pirate right now.
I got my Halloween costume.
You know, it's and that's how they do pull you in with this. Is that's sort of that scene right there. As you can see, we're laughing. It's sort of a wickedly funny scene. You know, the demon, you know, they might be shitty sometimes, but they'll come in and get you back every now and then. They'll pull out some justice every now and then. And it's a scene that makes you laugh, pulls you in, almost gets you on the side of the ghost. Hey, he's protecting this little girl right here. Maybe he's kind of cool. You know, it's lighthearted when it starts out. It's funny. It's got bits of drama in there that kind of work, even though they might be on the edge of a cliche. They still show that these actors can hold this film. You know, and that's how they pull you into it. Now, the thing that really worked for me here was that it's mood over gore. Like when that kid got hit in the eye, I didn't want to see that, because that sound alone, you know, I said, shit, man, that was painful enough.
Right.
I didn't need to see it. The image I got in my head of that was gruesome. But what were you gonna say?
I was gonna say, I don't recall even. Maybe there was maybe a smear of blood, but there was, outside of that, there was no other blood in this movie.
There was a little bit of blood that came out of somebody's nose.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
This movie has no gore, has no blood. A lot of it is left to your imagination what happens if it is something gruesome. In the movie, this is what I appreciate about horror films that really go in and craft a movie, an actual film. They in this film they use more
lighting.
More lighting. The cinematography plays with lighting. When you know it's almost like you're being told a ghost story in the dark. Everything is dimmed out. Shadows, webbings of shadows go across people's faces. You know, it's they let the stories be enhanced. Some of these incidents that are being retold, they let it be enhanced by the mood that they're creating. Like in this scene right here.
So we move. We get her out of the house.
The problem isn't the house. Not anymore. I've called the Archdiocese. The Vatican has people who investigate these things. I'll ask them to approve an exorcism.
Shh, shh, don't say anything else. They were watching us all of those years. Inside the house, everything we did. That means they're watching us now.
You know, you're so into it, you never ask yourself, why don't they just call on the fucking light? You know, why in this room telling this story scaring themselves? Because there's no reason why they shouldn't cut on the light and whisper in the dark.
I think by that point, they were kind of just fucked. Like, lights weren't going to work anyway. They got screwed.
Okay.
Yeah.
They weren't paying bills. And
The demon stopped paying the bills for him.
Yeah, I'm not a fucking bank.
That's why he's mad.
Get a job, bitch.
I work a 9 to 5 in hell.
Quit leaving the lights on.
You know, but when you don't think about little things like that, you're swept up in it.
Yeah.
And you do, like when you think about it, they tell this whole thing about spirits being around and watching you. That's my biggest fear. Like just things being around that I can't see watching me.
Yeah.
And after like watching scenes like this, it put that fear in me. I came home and took a shit and I just covered my dick right up.
You don't need to see this.
I was shitting like this, you know, trying to cover up everything.
Go back to their demon friends. That dude is nasty. Hey, y'all been to Coleman's house?
I know. There's like about 10 demons looking at me. Why you shit like that, man?
Right on the mirror.
Man, right on there.
They're just
Whip it out.
They're just like, ew.
You nasty.
I've seen your dick.
Lol.
Yeah, man. But you talk about like one of the things they did really well in here was lighting, but also the sound design was amazing. Like there would be moments where you would just hear something in the back of the theater. You're like, oh shit, what was that? And it would lead to literally sometimes nothing. Sometimes it'd be a demon or a ghost child.
Yeah, and you know that's another thing that is a tired thing that they do when it comes to kids in movies. It's that the imagery, the little kid that stares, or the little kid with the eyes with no pupils in them. You know, it's they do that because in other movies it just cascading, man. Yeah, sorry y'all. Shit, Mr. Frame's a little scared over here. You know, we see that in the movie, and they just do it mostly to say, hey, look at the special effects we got right here. Ain't that cool? And it ceases to be scary once you notice that they're just trying to showboat a special effect. Here, like I always say, the scariest thing to me is when they don't explain something. Like normally I would not think twice about the scary looking kid, but this ghost is fucking weird, man. It's because guests will come over and the girl be sitting up there looking at TV and mouth be wide open. Just for no reason, just watching TV. Oh, and just watching, you know, I Love Lucy or some shit.
Just saw the finale to Game of Thrones.
Can't wait for next series. Jaw unhinged and shit. You know, it's the reason why your mama told you not to sit that close to TV. You know, it's they're just doing that for no reason, and they don't explain it.
Right.
There are times when you walk into a room and that ghost is over somebody's ear and the mouth just be moving. Yeah, I'm just
like word.
Yeah, like you don't know. They don't explain a lot of things. They don't tell you what's happening with these, and it's pretty frightening. It's creepy. It's just creepy, and this is what makes taking like a suburban environment like this and making it as scary as it is. It's letting you know that you don't have to be out in the woods in the middle of nowhere to get hunted by ghosts. They don't give a fuck. They'll come to your house.
Yeah.
You see how scary that effect looks right there. That's cool, but the actress herself, it's a girl named Lulu Wilson.
She is amazing.
She's kind of just scary on her own.
Her name is Lulu.
First of all, her name is Lulu.
Yeah, that's fucking creepy. I'm Lulu. I'm gone.
Yeah, who names that kid Lulu?
Crazy people.
Yeah, I mean that's like y'all don't know why we like acting like that. That's like a name like Adolf or Hitler, or Hannibal.
It is literally a word we use to describe crazy people.
Lulu. But in the movie, she's incredible, man, because they give her some lines that it would be hard for an adult to pull off,
right?
Okay.
And deliver in ways that would be this creepy. But she has the advantage of having that cute girl face that goes into contrast with some of the horrifying things that she say, that she'll say, and it's scary.
He scared the crap out of me.
I like that guy right there, like Bing Crosby. Hey there, little girl. How you doing, man? Well, I didn't see you. Want some candy?
Want to hear something cool?
Sure.
Do you know what it feels like to be strangled to death? First, you feel the pressure in your throat. Your eyes water. And you start to taste something very, very sour in your mouth. Then, it's like someone lights a match right in the middle of your chest. And that fire grows. It fills your lungs and your throat, and all the way behind your eyes. And finally, that fire turns to ice. Like pins and needles of ice are sticking into your fingers, your toes, your arms. You see stars, then darkness. And the last thing you feel is cold.
Like, what the fuck?
Okay, I love you, bye-bye.
I gotta stop hanging from doorknobs while I jack off. All the actors are actually very good in this. I mean, we're talking about the little girl because she's 9 in the movie. She might be a little older, but still, that's pretty incredible delivery right there.
Mm-hmm.
But did you know the guy? Did you know who the guy was? The pastor?
No.
You remember E.T.'s friend, Elliot?
Yeah, Elliot.
Henry Thomas.
Mm-hmm.
Henry Thomas was the pastor.
That's him?
That is him. If anybody remembers E.T., the little boy that found E.T. and was hanging out with him, that's the preacher in this movie. And I was looking at him, and it's funny because I would not be able to say his name at all, but it was really something familiar about him. I said, I've seen this guy before because I saw him in a movie not too long ago where he was an adult. But I don't know why this guy doesn't work more because he's actually really good in the film. He plays a priest at the kid's school who tries to come in and help them out because he likes the kid and he can see that she's going through a little bit of trouble.
I don't think your daughter is a fraud.
Holy shit.
I believe she is channeling powers and forces we do not understand. But I'm certain she was not channeling my wife.
He's like, at least not without me watching or joining in. You could, but can you see that?
Yeah,
now?
I totally can. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Wait for him to cry. I got Reese's Pieces.
Yeah. You can't have him. You can't have him.
No. He gets on a bike with a basket and rides home.
Puts on a red hoodie.
The flying priest. But it's a movie that, man, I don't even know why they took this approach for this film because they could have made another Ouija,
right?
Just as the first. And like I said, the only thing I could see going on is that they saw how The Conjuring was doing and how they could get both critical and financial success by setting it in a period piece and giving a shit.
Yeah, imagine that. A good movie makes money.
Yeah, cool figure. This could also be a standalone movie. This is a prequel, but when you really look at it, it doesn't connect to the previous film in any kind of way, in any kind of hard way. And if you want to also look at it this way, maybe you could see this as the start of an anthology. Maybe it's a soft reboot. All you know is that these are way two different films.
Yeah.
In the best way possible, man.
Oh yeah. One of the things I really liked about it was just how subtle it was. Like other movies, Blumhouse films will just throw shit in your face, jump scares.
Yeah.
But this one is like, even it being a period piece, it didn't go so super 60s that you're like, oh God, we get it. We're in the 60s. Like you're just like, everything's just muted colors. There's a lot of browns, a lot of reds. You're like, all right, I kind of get the period we're in. I've been to my grandparents' house before. And then other things too, like you said, the actors in here were amazing. The sound design was out of control good. And just the lighting. Like there was one part where I was sitting there watching it, and they were just walking from in the middle of their foyer, just walking from one side of the room to the other, and some of it was like half lit, and the other side was just pitch black. And you're like, well, holy shit, like what's over there? And then nothing would happen. They just go to the next scene. You're like, all right, great. Like I noticed myself during this movie, I would stop breathing for certain moments, and then when the sun came back out, I'd be like, holy shit, I stopped breathing. What the hell? Like, there's a demon in me.
What you say? You stopped breathing?
Yeah, like I was
in the mood looking like that.
like I noticed, like I felt tense, and like I haven't. The only other movie that's done that to me this year, other two movies that were Green Room and Conjuring 2.
Oh, okay.
So like with this, you're sitting there, you're like, I feel like I feel dread, and then when they and those other thing they did great too, when it turns into like a sun, when the sun's back out, they're going to school or they're going they're hanging out at home, they're cracking jokes. They're if they're not dealing with the demon, they're cracking jokes, they're having a good time, and even when like there's some dark humor to it, like we just saw there when she gave that speech about being strangled to death. Yeah, you're like this movie balanced humor and horror really well, and like I haven't seen a movie do that in a long ass time.
Yeah, it's what I think one of the things that made this movie work. It was directed by the guy who did Oculus and Hush.
Hush was good.
I didn't see Hush. Oculus, I think. I remember saying I didn't like it.
That was the Mirror movie, right?
Yeah,
I hated that shit.
I think some people told me that. I said that was a good movie. I don't know. I don't remember anymore.
Was Hush the one with the woman who's deaf?
Yeah.
Yeah. And Mike Flanagan is the guy that directed those. He directed this. And when I was watching the credits, see, this is why I should watch the credits a little bit more instead of rushing out. It said that he edited the movie too.
Okay. So we got to see his vision like legit.
Exactly. And even when I was watching it, I and this is no bullshit. I said, wow, this is edited pretty well. That was a smooth transition. This scene is actually edited pretty good. So maybe him coming in and having a more control over this than the average director,
right,
is what made this also a good film.
Did you notice the homages in it? Like there was they showed in the trailer. There's an homage to The Exorcist. He gets out of the taxi and he just stands in front of the house for a minute. The music starts playing, then he walks in.
I didn't even notice that.
There's more Exorcist stuff where she's climbing on the wall, climbing upside down. Like there's a dream sequence in here too, which was a reference to Nightmare on Elm Street. So I feel like this was like a fan film in some parts,
but without being so obvious.
Without being obvious with it. So I really dug that too.
Let me ask you if you noticed something. I know a lot of movies are shot on digital today. This is gonna be some real. This is gonna be some real film nerd shit. I'm about to say.
I know what you're about to say because I felt that was intentional too. Where they had the when they right
the
before
cigarette burns.
Yeah.
Yes.
Before
everybody's like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah. I'm really
like, you geeks.
Yeah. But there's parts where it's shot digitally, but usually back in the day when they would have cigarette burns on the film, you would see it
whenever they would change a reel.
Yeah, when they would change the reel. So you see, you're like, "Holy shit!" And that pops up like a few times in this. So you're like, "Wow,
because
he actually
the
did
movie's
that."
set in the '60s. It opens up with the old Universal logo, like the ones from the old days.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and then the way the title came up, it looked like it felt like a '60s, a '70s film.
Yeah,
and so it's just a little something that they put in there that's not obvious. Again, it's just a wink and a nod for people who really pay attention to that. And I kept seeing those cigarette burns. I'm like, man, you ain't fooling nobody. This shit's digital.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, this is digital. But I was like, why did they do that? Like he did this on purpose. And then the where they light a match and it's like brightens up the whole room. Like the lantern. Like he did that shit on purpose. Like, I like that, man.
They light a match and a little girl like, shit, man.
Goddamn.
That sounds awesome, actually.
It really is.
Yeah.
I mean, little details like that show the signs of somebody who really is just having fun as a true filmmaker, but not trying to call attention to itself to say, look how smart I am, or look how much of a film fan I am. If I had any complaints about it, I would say that as it went along, all the stuff that I'm giving it praise for, all the jump scares that they didn't do, all the gore they didn't do, they started to almost get to that. Like they start to cross that line near the end. It started to get silly. They started to bring in the spirits that would help out some other spirits without giving too much away. As the ghost the demon got more aggressive,
sexually.
Oh.
No, I'm joking.
I just want to see your reaction like, really?
No, we're not that.
I must see this.
You guys are saying, it's like, a lot of it's on mood, blah, blah, blah. And then this little girl gets, oh, God, no.
Tell me more. But they, the ghost itself started to appear a little bit more, and it's not a good effect, man. It's like for a movie that prides itself on being, on looking so old, that CG effect was bad.
Is it like an Insidious thing where they bring in like Darth Maul looking?
It's very close.
It's close, but I don't even like Insidious, and I like the creature in Insidious better than I like the one in here.
Yeah, this one, it looks worse, and that was one of the minor complaints I had about this, because that creature is just a black tar demon with yellow eyes.
See, there's the logo I was talking about right there. But you know something? I look back at the things that they did right. In addition to this being a horror movie that is classic horror, where I'm talking about, atmospheric, not having to depend on a lot of obvious things to scare people. There were moments in there they did a lot with the drama too. They have these certain subplots that they make you think that it's going to go a certain way, and they don't.
Okay.
It's almost like they don't have time for it, but also they don't want to be too cliche in that area. Hey, look, man, if I was if I was an average person like you out there, I would probably give this a matinee. But the film critic in me, who notices all the small filmic touches that they put in here, says, something, I probably notice more than the average person, and so I'm going to give this a low full price.
Okay.
Because of that, and plus I just appreciate that it's rare that you're going to see a shitty movie. A shitty movie that you just don't even want to hear from again.
Yeah.
Come out and make a full 180-degree turn and make a really good movie.
Yeah, you gotta give him props for that, man.
Yeah, man, it's like Jurassic Park to Jurassic Park 2. That 2 was so much
Shut
better.
the fuck up.
No.
Don't you ever.
Oh, but in all seriousness, like, even if, keep in mind, you've watched way more movies than I have, and you got, way more film history with that. But even somebody that, just has grown up watching horror films and just, grown up seeing the transition from going to film to digital, like, you notice those cigarette burns, and you notice, like, if you've seen other big horror movies like The Exorcist, like Nightmare on Elm Street, things like that, you notice those allusions to
And
those.
I didn't even notice that. So you talk about me having more film history, but my dumb ass like, really? They did that?
I might just be kind of crazy. But yeah, man, there's just so many moments in here. You're just like, wow, that was done well. Like, the lighting was done well. The sound was done well. And they managed to bring the drama in. It didn't get too corny with, we got to fight for our right and all this other bullshit. They're like, no, we got a problem. We got to figure it out and go from there. And there's one thing in this movie that I really loved. I've never seen a dead body used a certain way. Like they did. Somebody got grabbed, and that shit was amazing.
Yeah.
I was like, holy shit.
And that made me jump. It wasn't even like an obvious jump scare.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a shot you're talking about. I see it.
Yeah. But yeah, man, I agree with you wholeheartedly. I'd probably even go, I don't do lows and highs, but yeah, this is a very, very strong full price. Like, go out and see this. You will enjoy the hell out of it. Take your girl, she'll have fun, she'll be scared out of her mind. Take your boyfriend, he might be scared too. I don't know. But yeah, man, this is a great movie. Go check it out.
Yeah,
full price.
Yeah, a lot of fun. A lot of fun there.
My boyfriend just took me to see Boo a Medea Halloween.
And
Corey likes the white guys. I can't have nothing.
That's true. That's true. It's the only reason I'm here.
I'll make it up to you.
Oh God, no! Please, no! Don't fight over me.
I like that. Don't fight over me.
No, man. That was the lamest defense you heard. Oh, please stop.
Yeah. No, not
Don't.
like this.
No. No.
Do your best. No.
Yes.